I believe that if one wants to be truthful and to narrate all you had come across, you will be waking the dead, and you will be creating enmity or things that ought to be allowed to die. You will be waking them up. I believe very strongly that those who write their autobiography, I respect them because they know what to write, what not to write. But by my own nature, if I must say it, I would say everything. And some of the everything may not be good. For now, I do not intend to put up any write-up or to say, to give a narration of what happened. Many things in this country that had happened. Recently, I was at an interview and I enumerated how would I say it? How I had to be with late Kudirat Abiola of blessed memory. How I had to be with her in our last 24 hours. 24 hours before she was killed. I was narrating the experience of how for about 24 hours we were together before the unfortunate assassination of Kudirat Abiola. May God bless her soul. So there are so many things that I know, and many people know, that it's better you do not go back to. And when you now talk about whether everything was exciting, you have mentioned some of them. But to me, the most troubles, the most painful period of my experience in JAMB had to do with the level of involvement of parents in organization of examination malpractice. They are introducing their children to the world of crime. I have no difficulty, and I think most of the candidates are not problematic. They are not the problem. The problem are the parents. And that every time I was confronted with the reality of what parents were doing, most of the time I became very emotional about it, because I just felt that how on earth will people hate themselves, hate their future to this level? Because it's like, even if you have deficiency, you wouldn't want to pass the deficiency to the next generation. But that's what many people do with their parents. So to me, it was all, most of the things that people see, the public see about us, and they are important. Like the Mesoma case you referred to. Mesoma was just sensationalized by a group of people who felt they wanted to defend her. We met more than 10 Mesoma cases. Even last year, somebody still attempted something like that. We deal with that, with such situation. It was a normal thing to us. But unfortunately, the sensation that came along with Mesoma made it unique to others who are outside the institution. So for me, it was a fine period, and the only period when I would be at my lowest was whenever I confronted parents with their pranks, with what they do, and how involved they are in planning to introduce their children and wards into criminality. That I could consider as the lowest. But you see, there are many things that you find it difficult to correct in public. The snake matter did not occur when I was there. It was just that I have the fortune of misfortune that I had to address it. The matter had occurred before I assumed office. And it's just that as Registrar of JAMB, I had to deal with the matter. And I thank God the way I dealt with the matter, because I insisted, when the matter was being treated, I insisted that, look, we must record. We must have it on tape, because it was unbelievable. And everybody, the management and the person concerned, felt that, yes, you could record, not secret recording. So, and we recorded, it was on tape. And Prof, when it became a national issue, how the tape was...
Okay. I wanted to ask if the snake was eventually found and arrested, because a certain snake catcher came to JAMB headquarters.
There was no snake, but it was unbelievable to us that somebody could say that. But when the matter became, the reality of it was that the person was almost denying it, if not that we recorded. Because even myself, I would have disbelieved myself if we did not have a tape, the recording of the narration of what happened. But that's part of the fun. I regarded that as part of the fun and part of it. Some people will say, oh, snakes were swallowing naira in JAMB, and they know really that was just a creation of a mind. And many people took it literally, and they believe that snakes swallow naira. I think they were also part of the fun. The reality was that never happened.